Do you know what we're doing today?
We are watching... Dan, we only got through 16 minutes. This might be a 3-parter.
Perfect. So what we were saying is we finished Riverdale season 1.
Yeah.
They were at a diner and someone got killed?
Someone got shot.
Yeah, who got shot? Oh.
Archie's dad.
Spoilers?
Archie's dad.
Not killed. You used a specific word there.
You said killed.
I did.
I said shot.
Well, when people are shot, they're most of the time killed.
Is that true? I call cap. I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I don't know how we would verify.
I don't either. So maybe let's just talk and say what we're seeing
Let's just
in the box.
Let's react to the box.
The reacting box.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Riverdale, the show that went completely insane. 16 minutes, 42 seconds in. Shout out to Super Eye Patch Wolf for making an awesome video. Rochelle and I are about to start season 2.
Season 2 begins, and the entire scene is no longer a botched robbery, but instead the introduction of the green-eyed serial killer, the Black Hood, who targeted Fred Andrews because of an extramarital affair he was having with Veronica's mom. And
Wait. So Fred Andrews is Archie's dad?
Yes.
Archie's dad is having sex with Veronica's mom.
I don't think they were having sex. I don't remember that. Maybe they were.
Sorry, emotional affair.
Well, she was in the middle. She was definitely separated because at this point, her husband, Veronica's dad, was in prison.
Right.
For like
He's the mob boss.
espionage and shit.
Wait,
exactly.
I'm sorry, espionage?
And other shit. Yeah.
What? He was a spy?
I don't know. He just did stuff. Okay. He was in jail.
Yeah.
And I think they started dating. I don't think they were like fucking yet, but I know that they were dating.
Right. You got to go on at least a couple dates first.
Exactly.
Okay.
if this was not a robbery and his motive was to kill Fred and not steal money, then why ask for Fred's wallet, especially before shooting him, if that was the original intention?
It wasn't.
I mean, I think you can change your mind between season 1 and 2. You know?
I think the writers had no idea where the fuck this was gonna go, and they said we just gotta end on a bang, and so they ended on a literal bang.
Yeah, literal bang, a
Yeah,
gunshot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone said could have ended on a sex bang.
I think the rest of the show is.
Have you watched Riverdale? Every single episode is a goddamn sex bang.
It's an
There's at
Imagine
least
Dragons
one
song
or two
into
sex
an orgy.
bangs.
Meaning...
Objection!
Okay, shit. While writing this, I actually found some evidence that maybe I'm wrong here. Season 2 actually addresses this directly by speculating that the Black Hood took Fred's wallet so he could learn where Fred lives and attack Archie and his dad at a later date. Which does kind of make sense.
No, it doesn't though, because if they knew it was Betty's dad grew up with Archie and his dad. So they know they're fucking next door neighbors.
Right.
They're literal next door neighbors.
Right, but we don't know that.
It's like I Belong With You Taylor Swift video is
Right.
literally Archie and Betty.
Okay, I see.
So that makes no sense to me.
Why would I set up my own argument only to debunk it myself? Objection! Or so I would say. That little innocuous detail they gave us about the Black Hood's green eyes. Because if we look at this scene from season 2, but then fast forward to season 2, episode 20, and his eye color has now changed
To green.
to a vibrant.
I remember that. I remember like noticing it and I was like, this show's fucking stupid.
Well, right, because you're thinking who could be the Black Hood? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's got blue eyes. It's not him.
Yeah, and then immediately it like zooms in on
Oh,
it,
like
too.
this scene is real. Yeah.
Here's a nighttime scene of Pop's Diner from season 1, and here is that same
Yeah, they make it
location in
darker.
Oh,
season
wow. Could you imagine eating somewhere that dark?
I-
Yeah.
Well, I
Maybe
can't.
I'm old, but I'm
No,
like, hello.
I can. We've eaten fucking, what's the sushi place we eat it all the time? Raw.
Oh, it's
Raw
not that
sushi.
dark.
It is dark. Every time we go out, I feel like your parents.
We
I
went
put
to
my
that
fucking
Cuban place,
flashlight
and my
on.
parents did turn their
Yeah.
flashlights on their phone.
I
It's like
know.
a nice, like dark vibe Cuban place, nice music, and my parents are like spotlights on the menu. Everyone's looking
I
at
don't
us.
blame them though, dude.
I don't blame them because you
Yeah,
gotta see.
I can't see either.
Yeah, I would love to go to one of those pitch black restaurants.
Where you don't see
You don't see anything.
Oh, that freaks me out.
Really, you don't like it? I feel like you get to experience the flavors more.
No, I mean, you probably do, but like, I don't like feeling unsafe, and there's nothing more to me than feeling unsafe than being in complete dark in public. That I don't like that. I don't like that one. Like,
Interesting.
I could do one of those pools where they like float in the
Oh,
dark.
sensory deprivation.
Because I'm by myself in a cocoon,
Right.
a shelter,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah, you have a
So
shield.
I'm not worried anyone's going to come in. But if I'm in a restaurant and it's pitch black, that's fucking terrifying.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. No way.
Man, I would love that.
You couldn't pay me to do that.
Wow.
You can go with Atrioc.
There was a season of Hell's Kitchen where that was a reward and the girls team won, and one of the girls used it as an opportunity to fondle what's his name? Gordo.
She fondled?
She was like, "Oh, I fell over," and she's like touching his chest and stuff.
Jesus.
So
See,
funny.
that's what I'm saying.
It's actually
what
so
if the
funny.
server was like, "Here's your meal"?
The server would,
you wouldn't.
The
You'd
server
be like,
would not
"Hey."
honk you.
I would be like, "Babe, was that you?" And you'd be like, "What was what mean?" And then he'd come back and I get honked on the other side. I don't want to be honked in public unless it's you. Anybody else? No
I want
honking.
you to be honked in public as well.
Thank you. You get it.
Their plotlines begin to barely resemble those of a high school show.
PTSD.
Jughead becomes the leader of a biker gang and at one point cuts off a woman's tattoo with a pocket knife.
What?
He does. He says you're no longer a part of the gang, and so he took off her.
I thought he was a good guy.
He turned dark for a little bit. So there was Dark Betty
And there's Dark Jughead.
There's Dark Jughead.
I want to call out a shout out to the chatter in the comments who said, Rochelle said Dark Betty didn't hurt anyone. That's actually not true. Dark Betty actually shoved the dude's head in the water and tried to suffocate him to torture him.
She didn't do it to kill him. She just did it to scare him a little.
Seems violent. Seems like she did hurt him. I want
Hey,
to say
she was going after a sexual assaulter with her own hands, and I'm into it.
I do respect that.
That's what I'm saying.
Archie joins the mafia, buys a gun, and this happens.
What?
I forgot he pulls out a gun.
He pulls a gun on him?
He pulls a goddamn gun on him.
Veronica's dad becomes the show's central villain. Things get weirdly erotic between him and Archie.
There is nothing soft about me.
Excuse me? There's nothing soft about him? In that moment?
And this is his potential father-in-law.
Right.
It's insane.
I see.
Insane behavior.
Okay, well, I ship it.
Veronica, no! Eddie discovers she has a spooky brother who moves into their home, and oh my god, he's a serial killer! Oh no, wait, no, that's her half-brother.
That's how I
Her
sleep.
real brother is in the FBI. That's a relief. Oh my god, he's also a serial killer, and he's in...
No. Both of her brothers are serial killers?
And her dad, don't forget.
Oh, yeah, and her dad. And lovers, kind of?
So she starts to question whether or not she has the serial killer gene.
Right, Dark Betty.
Darker Betty.
You know what my favorite moment of the live stream was?
What?
When I go, oh, it's Dark Betty, and you, without missing a beat, you're not joking, you go, no, that's Goblin Betty.
That was the Goblin season. That was when she was an actual Goblin queen. And you missed it.
I should have known.
You should have known.
That is a lot of the appeal of Attitude Era Wrestling, and that is also the appeal of Riverdale.
It's the
Because
appeal
it's
about big
entertaining.
moments. Just big moments only.
Oh,
you
okay.
actually don't even think about the through lines. You don't care. You don't even, like, because if there's inconsistencies, you're like, fuck it. Like, he got the beer truck and he's shooting him with beer. That's cool and funny.
Got it.
Right? And who cares? There's a serial killer. Oh, who cares? There's a big fire. There's a
Who
thing.
cares? There's a Goblin man.
Exactly.
Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Season 3 of Riverdale, or as I like to call it, Archie Goes to Prison, is
Oh, yeah.
one of the most...
This is when he becomes a boxer, baby.
Why does he go to prison?
Because Veronica's dad said that he assaulted him or something.
I see.
If I remember correctly.
And he went to prison for that.
I believe
Not
so.
jail.
I can't.
As a high schooler.
He did something bad. I'm pretty sure it was assault and something else. But
Okay.
Back in Riverdale, a new girl has started at Riverdale High. Evelyn Evernever, whose father is the lead...
I'm sorry, Evelyn what?
Ever never.
Excuse me?
Ever never.
Ever never.
Ever never.
Evelyn Ever Never.
That's right.
Ah.
whose father is the leader of a grassroots religious movement
Shout out
known
Michael Murray.
as The Farm. The Farm begins to wrap its tendrils around Riverdale High as more and more of its students begin dressing in white and subscribing to the Farm's bizarre lifestyle.
That's her dad.
I knew my dad would like it.
We are introduced to the leader of the Farm, Edgar Evernever, and as he claps, more
Just
and
make his last name Smith or something.
No, dude,
Why
this-
is it Ever Never?
Because this is Riverdale, and everyone's name is supposed to be like a comic.
Right, but I don't know. It's like Tiddly Winkerton. You know, it's like so
Exactly.
silly.
They're all silly.
Yeah,
That's
they're-
the whole point.
No, it's like Archie Andrews, right?
Archie Andrews is silly. AA.
You think Andrews is as silly as Ever Never or
It's-
Tiddly Winkerton?
Well, Tiddly Winkerton isn't a real name in Riverdale,
Right,
to be
but it could
honest.
be, is what I'm
But
saying.
Ever Never is. is.
This storyline grows.
Oh, they all
more
try to
and
get
more
Betty. They want Betty in the
ludicrous
cult.
As more and more people begin
wouldn't
to
they?
join the farm,
Her mom's in it,
including
and her
Betty's
sister.
mom, only for Betty to uncover that Evelyn is actually 26 years old. I just want to point.
Again?
Again, we have an older person pretending to be a high school student in the same Riverdale universe.
Oh,
It's
I feel
very
like
cringe.
that's fool me one time, that's on me. Fool me twice, one of these writers is a weirdo.
One of these writers is the guy that went to our high school.
Yeah, and I was there.
And he's saying, I know what good content is because I did it.
I've lived it, brother.
The farm now performing psychic surgery on its members to heal their emotional pain, but is actually
Well, that's nice of them.
What I believe it is they're farming organs. That's why they call themselves the farm.
Right, so they're
They
not
farm-
actually healing their emotional pains. They're selling kidneys.
Correct.
Did I say cult? I meant to say cults. See,
Excuse me?
while all this is happening, there is also a second cult simultaneously taking over the town, and the way this cult works.
It reminds me of the joke of the guy, he's like on an airplane, the other guy's nervous, and he's like, it's like after 9/11. He's like, I'm nervous, like what if there's a bomb on the plane? And the guy goes, oh, don't worry, I brought one, and the chance of 2 bombs on this plane is astronomically low, right? It's like, what are the chances of 2 cults? You're trying to hide your cult? Go to the town with a fucking cult.
Hey, what are the chances of 2 people impersonating high school students are going to be high school
The
students?
second person was like, they'll never catch me this time.
Yep.
Worship an 11-foot tall monster who randomly teleports around town and murders people and is called the Gargoyle King.
Oh, I
and the
fucked
people
up.
The Gargoyle King. You told me it was a goblin.
I'm so embarrassed.
This changes everything.
I'm so embarrassed, chat. I thought it was the Goblin King and it's the Gargoyle King. I fucked that up. I know midnight.
It's
I'm
crazy. I was so
sorry.
excited for goblin content.
And this is all simultaneously happening alongside Archie in prison and the farm storyline. And it's madness, but the peak of lunacy comes with how season 3 ends. Everything's worked out. The Gargoyle King is defeated. The farm have rapture bombed from existence. And this happens.
To the future.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
We have to burn all of our clothes, including Jughead's beanie. We'll wash off the blood in the swimming hole. After tonight, we never speak of this, ever.
Yo, is that the ending scene?
I think it might be.
To season 4 of
That's hype.
After spending the entirety of season 3 trying to get her father sent to jail, she comes home only to find him waiting for her. And when she's like, Daddy, how did you escape from jail? He's like,
Mija, I own that jail.
fucking brilliant. Archie opens
Military industrial complex. The for-profit prison complex, dude. It's so cringe, am I right?
I
his own
know.
commune, and Betty finds herself imprisoned in, I think, Mexico, in the farm's complex. Betty and her mother escaping and
Yo, look at her hat.
I know.
She's a revolutionary.
Yeah, she is.
freeing everyone before chasing Edgar Evernever to the
What was that? Zoom in.
chasing
Look at his
Edgar
leather.
Evernever.
Look at his jacket.
Sorry, it's hard to catch him right in that moment.
He goes too fast. He looks... Damn.
He looks like an asshole. What kind of how? Hey, could you put your left leg up a couple steps?
He's
you know
like
what I mean?
Evil Knievel.
Yeah, there's just something about that.
Where he has built his own rocket ship he is going to
He is Evil Knievel.
He is Evil
use
Knievel.
to fly away from the FBI. And I'm sorry, but if you genuinely believe that little Archie Andrews getting stage fright while playing his guitar is more entertaining than the leader of an organ harvesting cult building his own space rocket to escape the FBI, then you are not fun at parties and I don't want to hang out with you.
That's
That is
me.
everything that happens during Riverdale season 4. I meant to say season 4, episode 3. Everything I just described, this all takes place in a single 42-minute episode.
It was insane.
What?
That is how fucking bananas this show now is.
What?
This is why I feel like I must have
Unfortunately,
stopped.
It's here where
It just
party
got too
begins.
insane.
Remember that beautiful, insane moment at the end of season 3 that I personally think makes it look like the gang ate Jughead? It's just that one of these spooky prep kids bonked him on the head and tried to pretend that Betty did it. I'm not doing this again. Trust me, I really don't think they knew what they were doing when they wrote
I think
this
they just
scene,
wanted
and
them
the
to be in their
majority of
underwear.
season
Oh, they of
4
course
just
wanted
feels
them to be in
the
their
writers
underwear.
were trying to- And then season 5 happens,
Now we're talking.
and there's honest to God fucking aliens. And Archie fights in a
wow.
war,
I gotta
and
get
they're
back into it.
subterranean-
Archie's in World War II?
And Archie fights in a war, and there's subterranean mole people, and Cheryl
Oh my God!
starts a cult around Jason's dead body, and Betty's in the FBI now hunting 2 new serial killers. An evil man lives in the sewers called the Rat King. There's ghosts, an evil maple syrup Mothman, and be gone from my temple, or I will smite thee. For I am Cheryl Blossom, Queen of the Bees. Why?
What?
This is why I stopped.
She's Cheryl Blossom, the queen of the bees.
So
That's the only
clearly,
question.
I stopped at season 5.
Right, because you've never seen any
I've
of these.
never seen that.
This is
shit.
all new.
That's
for
all
you.
new.
And rather than something succeed in mediocrity, I prefer to see it fail spectacularly.
Okay.
And that's what I think Riverdale does.
Wow.
Do you feel like you want to watch Riverdale now after
Friends,
watching
thank
that?
you for joining me today.
I was on
really
board
hope
with
that-
season 1,
Season 1's great.
where it's like murder mystery, girl's brother dies,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I was less on board with season 2, very on board with season 3.
5
Multiple
seems insane.
cults simultaneously is so funny to me.
5 seems insane. There's
Yeah.
no way you would watch the Alien one.
I mean,
That's where it's
interesting.
too much for me.
Yeah, but I think that's what I want to know, like how
There's
they
a
do
guy living in the sewers called the Rat King.
Lesbian witches whose power is based on how lesbian they are is a hype subplot.
I mean, I agree, John the Walrus.
Right.